Hey y'all, it's your girl. I never know how to stop this. I'm not gonna lie. What do I say? Right? Y'all just heard that dope intro, right? You heard Reg playing, and then I come on, it's like, hey, it's me again. But yeah, hey, what's up? It's your girl, Jackie, unapologetically Jackie. Um, from where? Jackie's Academy, right? That's the academy I run, right? So, welcome to Jackie Yaps a Lot. This is my talk show that I have been running now. I think this is like my sixth episode, maybe. I could be wrong, but I am here on Culture Flicks every Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST. And right now, Culture Flicks is the only place you can see me live stream Jackie Yaps a Lot. But I got something new and special for you. So now you can find Jackie Yapsala on Spotify, y'all. Yes, all my episodes are up there. Okay, all my episodes, right? Okay. And then what we're going to be doing is every week. So I come on Tuesday, right? On Thursday, so the following Thursday, the show that aired on Tuesday. I don't know why I'm making this all complicated. I'm like looking at notes and shit. Like, am I good? Okay. So tonight's episode will be on Spotify on Thursday at 8 a.m. EST. So if you can't tune in live, which I recommend and I want you to because it supports your girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need to get paid. Okay. I'm making a lot of money. All right. So that's my introduction. I gotta work on my intro. It's goofy, y'all. It's goofy. It's goofy. Okay, I got a lot to talk about. I mean, shocker, right? That's all I do. That's why it's called Jackie Apps a lot, right? All right, so you all know, I mean, I put this on Spotify as explicit. I've said it before. I cuss. Um, I'm direct. I'm blunt. I'm gonna make you uncomfortable. But again, I always encourage you to stay and push past that discomfort because that's where the change happens. All right. But I do have a good show lined up for you tonight, and we're going to get into it. The first thing I want to do is I want to talk about Trey Reed. All I want to say tonight is because, well, first of all, I always feel like I don't want to be that person that brings up something as devastating as what happened to our brother Trey and then not speak of it again. Like that's not what I want to do. So I am following the story, and as of right now, the update that I wanted to bring here, and I'm sure you all have seen it by now, is that Kaepernick, is paying for the independent autopsy. So that's dope. We all know that that dude is, an awesome human, and this just further solidifies it. But yeah, so that's my update there. I will be following the story again. If you follow me on social media, you'll get the updates too as I get them. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna start now with something that if you are following me on my social media over the last couple of weeks, you have heard me talk about, and again, I may have talked about it on the show, but I talk about so much, I ain't gonna lie, I forget. Okay. Um, about the entitled white family that lives in my neighborhood that walk their children in the street. So, long story short, to bring folks up that maybe are not following me, didn't catch a story for whatever reason, there is a family, they're Caucasian, the Caucasian persuasion. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, so they're white, okay? And the mother of the two children, and again, they're very young, as well as the grandfather, right? They walked their two children in the street. And this all started because one day I'm driving down the street, and I don't want to rehash it too much, but I'm driving down the street at 20 miles per hour. Speed limit's 25, so I'm going five under. Grandpa's walking in the middle of the street with his grandkids. And then I wasn't going to say anything because, again, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you do you, I do me. It's not something I would do, but because they're so little. But anyways, But then grandpa had to turn and yell at me to slow down. And like I posted, the entitlement just was wild to me. And when I tell you I'm unapologetic, like it's not just what you see online. Like I am like this outside too. And when grandpa decided that he was like gonna try to pull some Jim Crow ever shit on me, I flipped him off. And I'm sorry, if those little white kids, if all they've seen in life is somebody flipping their grandfather off and that's their biggest thing, you know what? They're going to be just fine. Okay. Okay. So this is how this whole thing started. And then last week, I beeped at the woman who I'm sorry, I beeped at the mother because again she was walking in the street with the kids. I beeped at her, and then all I'm gonna say is that presumably when I beeped at her on Wednesday, that she went ahead and she told who I presume is her husband. Okay, because homeboy proceeded to come up to my car. Okay, on pickup on that day. Okay, so we're sitting in my car, and he comes up to the car door, the window. Okay, so he comes up to the window, knocks on the window, roll the window down, and I'm gonna break this down to you in what me and my husband were actually talking about this, about what we call the pillars of white supremacy. Okay. So what he did is he approached with a facade of calm to intimidate and get the upper hand. So he approached, knock on the window, I roll it down. Oh, I just want to be adult. I just want to talk. And then as soon as he says that, the next thing out of his face is, are you the one that drives down the street flipping off kids? I'm sorry, what? All right. So he said that. So now we're going to come to the next pillar of white supremacy, which is to attempt to overtalk to get your point across louder. So he makes an egregious claim. And as I'm explaining to him very loudly and very passionately that no, I am not flipping off your children. I am flipping off your entitled wife and her entitled father or father-in-law, presumably. I do not know their relation, but that is whom I am flipping off. I obviously didn't say that whole thing, but I just said, your wife and her father. That's who I'm flipping off. And I said, and as I'm trying to say that, he's talking over me. And now he pass shame, next pillar, pass shame and blame and attempt to victimize others and make you look like the villain. So then, as I'm trying to talk, and of course, get my point across, so I'm raising my voice because because he's gaslighting me and he's talking over me, right? So then he starts walking backwards towards the little girl of whom he left alone to come over to my car. And he starts doing, harassing my children, cussing out. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like the kid, and I'm just thinking this whole time, y'all, like the kids that you're talking about, the kid that you're talking about is the same kid that your wife was literally walking in the middle of the road, and she had the littlest one out towards the cars, the middle of the road. And he's coming at me because I flipped grandpa, the bird, and I beeped at their mom. Really? That's gonna traumatize these kids, and your kids are really fucking secluded. Like really fucking secluded. And you know what? They might need a couple more beeps or two to catch up to the fucking real world. Okay? What the fuck? So anyways, so like I said, I'm unapologetic. Okay. So he does that, the whole victimization, tries to make me look like the villain. I'm the bad guy. I'm the aggressor. Again, even though this all started with grandpa yelling at me, right? And then him coming up to my car, knocking on my door, and then confronting me in, like I said, this white supremacy style manner, right? So what did not help is that I did not concede. I don't cower to white people. I am not going to apologize for existing because that's all I was doing was existing. I was driving my child to school. You understand? That's all I was doing. And all of this transpired. You understand? So no, I'm not going to cower. I'm not going to apologize because I didn't concede to your entitlement. And I'm also not going to let you run my name through the mud in front of my face. So no, you're not going to sit there in front of all the other fucking people and paint me to be this villain. I'm absolutely going to talk over you, and I'm absolutely going to be louder and more obnoxious. Like when I was like, keep your wife on the sidewalk, keep your wife on the sidewalk. Like, you know what I mean? And the reason why I'm doing that is for the reasons that I just laid out for you. Because these motherfuckers come in with a mind game already set. You feel me? So then comes the last one. I think I spelled it wrong. So got into engaging. Oh, and then you goat them into, and I don't think it's goat, it's goad. I never, oh my God, y'all. So like, yeah, I'm smart as shit, but I fuck shit up too, right? And like, I say shit and I didn't know, and sometimes I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I never knew. I just learned something. Okay, anyway, so got some. So anyways, so then they try to get them into like a physical confrontation, right? And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean because I got a video for this. Then he tries to engage in a physical confrontation and intimidate because I did not concede. I did not cower to him. Now, mind you, he did this on school grounds. He started this altercation on school grounds. I'm going to pull up the video for you because I want to make it. His name is Justin. I want to make Justin famous, okay? Because this behavior is egregious. And again, he did this on school grounds, okay? No shame, no hesitation, okay? Approached me, okay, as the aggressor and got butthurt because I didn't say, oh, okay, yes, I'm so sorry. I won't ever be at your wife again. Fuck you. Like, are you good? Get that bitch on the sidewalk because guess what? In Massachusetts, because I looked up the law, Justin in Massachusetts walking in the street is actually against the fucking law. So get your entitled wife onto the sidewalk, Justin. Okay, so this is Justin, and this is Justin's behavior. And I like this because I can flip it this way so you can see it and I can talk through it. So I'm going to get this up to the camera and you all can see this. You can see my jacket. Yeah, that's a lot. I think that's cool. Okay. Now I just don't want to shake. So you're going to see Justin now. In a moment, you'll see Justin come back. I'm getting ready to leave, you know, getting my baby girl in the car, making sure she's buckling in. Sorry, y'all. I know it's a little, oh, that's better. All right. So that's not Justin in the pickup truck. Just keep watching. Now, this is school property, school grounds. I just left, you know what I'm saying? In his work uniform, by the way. There he is. There's no audio, so you couldn't hear him. I was leaning on my horn. And Justin, there we go, was telling me that he's in the road now. He's in the road now. Like, what are you trying to prove? Look at him walking in front of my car. That white woman that came out was telling him that he was scaring the kids into stop. He tried to say, oh my gosh, she beeps at my kids. She flips off my kids. I don't, but that's okay. So this is the road I'm trying to go down. Look at this motherfucker the whole way walking in front of me. Look at this motherfucker walking in front of me. Again, I was just leaning on my horn. Okay, now mind you, his two kids, he left on the fucking sidewalk, y'all. Parents looking around trying to find out who the kids fucking belong to. Okay, because he cares about them so much. This video is also on my social media, y'all, so you can see it again. But here he is, still blocking me, y'all. Trying, see, intimidating, trying to get a reaction more so than me beeping. Yo, it took me, and you'll see it took me, because I do try to go around the motherfucker. And you see, look at him, fucking step right in front of my fucking car. Cocky motherfucker. You want to know something else? This motherfucker's a Marine. Really Marine-like behavior, huh? Is this what y'all act like? Harassing black women? Oh, sorry. I got into that shit. Okay, see? So he's still going. Sorry, I know it's a little bit blurry now. And then finally, what ended up happening, y'all, is I told Justin I was going to call the cops because at this point, my daughter is in the back seat screaming, crying because when he lunged at the car, that startled her. But nobody cares about my kids, right? They only care about his little white kids that they knowingly walk in the motherfucking street. Okay, what Justin did was illegal. I looked up the Massachusetts law. What he did was a violation, a clear violation of the Massachusetts law. Okay, I have broken no laws whatsoever. In fact, that was also very intimidating and harassing and just horrifying. So I called the cops absolutely on Justin, because who the fuck do you think you are? Show the video. Sorry, I'm pulling my notes. Show the video to the cops and everything, y'all. Next day I come to school, there's a black cop there. He comes up to me, starts talking to me, asks me, oh, was there a road rage situation yesterday, bitch? Is there, okay, here we go. Because I was in the car. I was the only one in the car. This motherfucker wasn't in the car. This wasn't a fucking road rage situation. This was some fucking angry white dude who thought that he was going to come up and intimidate a black woman into allowing his entitled ass wife to walk in the middle of the fucking street, and that I was going to apologize. And that's not what happened. And he lost his motherfucking temper, and he needs to face motherfucking consequences. But okay, let me hear. Okay, I obviously didn't say that. So I'm like, let me hear. Okay. So I'm just sitting there. Long story short, because again, I got other topics tonight that I want to get to. Long story short, the privilege, because he had the right skin tone, the privilege came through. Okay. As that cop is talking to me, he starts saying to me, asking me, oh, you know, well, how fast were you driving? And I said, point blank, I drive down the street 20 miles per hour. And he looked at me and said, well, you should be going 15. I said, where's the speed limit sign? It's 25 miles per hour on side streets. So I'm driving 5 under. Oh, you weren't driving in the school zone. That's not a school zone. The street that I come down is not a school zone, officer. And I said, I don't feel like getting racially discriminated against today. I don't feel like dealing with this shit. I'm a black woman. And he looked at me and he said, you don't see that I'm black? I said, no, I see a cop. I see a cop. Because how are you going to come over here and say anything to me outside of, do you want to press charges? He committed a crime. And you know what that motherfucker told me? What that cop told me? He spoke sternly to him. And then we sit here and we wonder why white folks act the way they fucking act. Because he got spoken to sternly. What? Because he's a Marine? So it don't matter? Because I'm a black woman? It don't matter? Because they created and vilified me, because they weaponized my skin color by telling you that I'm driving down the street going fast? Bitch, do they take radar? How do they know how fast I am driving? I would like to fucking know. And again, that was not in question on this day. And that's not why you showed up, officer. You showed up and I told him I was the one who called 911. I was the one who reported this. I was the one who found out what house he presumably lived in so you could go talk to him. And now you're coming over here and you're going to try to tell me something? No, sir, you are here to serve me, to protect me. But that's not what happened, right? No. I said I wanted to press charges. He talked over me. He said he was sorry. To whom? To you, the black dude with the gun? Or to me, the person that he harassed, the black woman that he harassed? Or to my child that he had in the backseat crying? Did he say sorry to them? No. What did he do? What did he do? He sat there. He sat there as I was talking to the cops, shaking the hands of other white parents. Like, that's the shit. For all you white folks that are listening to this, that's the shit that black folk have to deal with. Do you know how small you feel when you're sitting there watching the person who harassed you shake hands with other white community members? Like, harassing me, and what they did was something to fucking celebrate? And I just fucking sat there, right? And I didn't. I told that cop, oh, look at him now, shaking hands with the white dude of whom's daughter I had a falling out with because my daughter slept at her house and wore a bonnet and had to come home because the kids were teasing her so bad. And she was crying. Mind you, we had a whole conversation before this. She was supposed to prep the kids, all this shit. And then the bitch stops talking to me. That's the best part. And they're over here shaking hands. And as soon as that bitch acted goofy, this is why I don't got white friends. But this is the reason why. But as soon as that bitch started acting goofy, of course I ain't gonna talk to her fucking dad. Fuck you. You ain't gonna sit there and be nice to me and all of a sudden gaslight me, fuck with my good. And that's what I said to the guy. I said, look it. I said, I've been to the mayor about this racist ass fucking neighborhood because it bleeds into the schools. And y'all over here telling me you black? And you're over here doing something outside of asking me to press charges. Y'all, they are the aggressors and they painted me as the aggressor. And when I tell you they weaponized my skin color, I tell you that because after that, okay, first of all, Grandpa proceeded to follow me home one day and take pictures of my house, okay? We did report that to the police as well, but the mother is showing up with like reinforcements. Like yesterday, Grandpa came with her, and I'm over here dancing to Damian Marley. I looked up, sorry, Damian Marley. And I look up and I see them walking down, and I'm like, whatever, doing my thing, like beautiful. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Doing me. And Grandpa just fucking grilling me. I got cameras, so I'm like, I don't gotta look back at him. I got the cameras fucking grilling me. I posted it. You can go on my social media. All my handles will be at the end of the show. And you can watch it because I posted that motherfucking video, okay? And it's like, what's happening here? Like, all I could think about is how goofy this is. Like, you all fucked with me and you found out and now you don't know how to handle it because I made you eat your fucking entitlement. And then I come and I ain't scared of you. And Justin, sweetie, I only am just getting started because not only are you on my show, you are also all of my social media and you're going to be on my website too, Justin. You so lucky. You're going to be famous, Justin. All right. So I really want to talk about that because I am living it. I got to go to that school every day. I got to look at all those white people. And mind you, even though he did this on school grounds, the white ass principal came out the next day after the incident and she came up and she was talking with him. Okay. And yes, of course, I have had incidents with this principal as well because my child attends an all white school. Literally, when I tell you all white, and I'm going to talk about why that is just ghastly, right? I said ghastly. But I had to confront her too about racism in the school, right? So again, they don't fucking like me. I don't fucking care. But can you imagine like the caucasity of the fucking principal coming out and instead of banning this, can you imagine if that was me, I would have been banned from the motherfucking school. They sent me a letter because I did this to one of the teacher's aides who refused my daughter water. I mean, I got stories up the wazoo about that motherfucking bitch. And I went like this and I got a letter. I got a fucking letter. And this motherfucker can do what he did and nothing happens. Matter that was a black man, every fucking violation that they could have came up with, you would have been served, my brothers. And we know that. We know that. Okay, I gotta let it go because I'm running out of time and I got a lot left. I need like 2 shows because I could talk a lot. Jackie yaps a lot. That's so corny. Okay, sorry. All right, so now I want to talk about something. I'm going to try to segue this. I'm going to try to make this all go in together, all right? Because I'm going to talk about Trump, the disaster that he is, as well as the racist podcast host, Charlie Kirk. What I want to say right now is, y'all, they're doing a lot of shit to get under our skin, especially using this fucking idiot, Charlie Kirk, all right? But I want you to look at it this way instead. They're using Charlie Kirk for, and what I say, instead of pissing us off, right? We all know that's why, but I want you to look at it on another layer, okay? We're going to look at another layer, okay? What Trump is doing, because I still think, it's my opinion, that his administration in on it or knew about it, okay? Opinion, okay? Now, he's using Charlie Kirk's death for his own political gain. You understand? And you could see the memorial. You saw what happened. He's having people register to vote. Because why? Because we see how sad his pathetic rallies are. No one fucking shows up. So he needed these moments to capitalize. He also needs these moments so that way he can continue to make you think that he's fucking popular. He's not, y'all. His approval rating, according to The Economist, is 39%. He's not popular, okay? He's trying to gaslight. That's all he's trying to do, because while he is pissing us off, while he's doing all of these things and all of these distractions, he's also adding $100,000 to the HB1 visa. And we're going to talk more about that. So he's passing harmful legislation while simultaneously not holding back any of his racism, right? And turning us into a fascist state. I ain't gonna say we're losing democracy. We ain't never had a fucking democracy, and I could talk about that too at some other point. But that's what he's doing. Charlie Kirk serves as a distraction. He was, in my opinion, a sacrifice. Someone that they knew had the popularity, right? People liked him, right? As the approval ratings go, people don't like Trump. They needed someone like Charlie Kirk as a sacrifice. You understand? This is my hypothesis. They needed someone like him as a sacrifice to draw in that crowd. Also, that crowd is so stupid and just angry, right, that they're very easy to manipulate. So you keep feeding them the same garbage, right? And then you add Charlie Kirk is now, been killed. I mean, we saw what happened. We saw the reactions, right? We saw it was the Black community that was targeted, okay? So as soon as they see that outcome, it's like, hey, let's capitalize on that too. You understand? Like, Trump cares about Trump, okay? So here's the deal. They're going to do Charlie Kirk's birthday is the same birthday as George Floyd, so they're making, guys, honestly, who fucking cares? Let the Nazis celebrate the Nazis, okay? We can drown them out. We know who we are honoring. Celebrating is not a word that I would use. I would use the word honoring for our brother, for George Floyd. I would say we can honor his life. You understand? We don't need them. You understand? And I know y'all know that. So my Black folk watching, continue doing what y'all are doing. You understand? Let's focus on our community. And again, while focus on our community, I love when people get all mad about that. When we focus on the Black community, we're focusing on your community too. And the reason why we are the way we are is because y'all are too fucking stupid to understand that. You haven't picked that up yet. And you need to. Okay? So what I need you all to do is, obviously, shit's going to piss you off. Let the stuff that Kirk did piss you off. But we know that he was a racist piece of shit. Okay? We know that. All right? So we need to focus on what Trump is doing that's going to impact our community, so that way we can start building plans. We can be proactive. If we know this is coming on this day, this is a day, we can start building our own strategy, okay? So look at the HB1 visa, y'all. Okay, that fee. Okay, my hair's attacking me. I talked about this on my social media accounts, but that is going to drive up costs for the patients. Just like his fucking tariffs drive up costs for the consumer. Okay? And it's going to be even harder to avoid a shortage of doctors and nurses. But most importantly, and this is the part, right now, Most of our doctors are white, about 56%, while around 5% are black. Y'all, that is not okay. Okay? Because when you have white folks as the primarily the doctors, that's why black women's infant mortality rates are so fucking high. Okay, that's why our health is so fucking bad, is because we have white doctors that aren't culturally aware and are still reading shit in medical books that Thomas Jefferson and Samuel Cartwright put in there because the only way to get it out is to fucking protest it, which is beyond ridiculous. And I'm gonna come back to that. Sorry, that was my rant. But but it pisses me off, y'all. So this is gonna fuck with us because what this is gonna do, this lack of diversity for us, for our patient, for 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 our patient care, is the quality. So we're not gonna have culturally competent care, and not only do we not have it, we don't have any fucking hope of it. And no, it's not that doctors, you know, white people are more qualified and more smart to be doctors, and oh, black people don't want. No, it's because of systemic racism and the hurdles of going to medical school for black people. And I will go ahead and I will talk about that as well in another show. But this is the stuff that we need to pay attention to. Okay, this is where we need to build strategy. You understand? And again, the strategy that we build, a lot of it isn't going to be something that we can just sprint to, right? It's going to have to be a marathon. All right? And point blank, we can't make it all visible. You understand? But what I can commit to as your community leader is to, this is my motherfucking job. I can watch this shit. I can report out on it. I can help build strategy. But what I need from you is I need you to stay focused and remember that white supremacy thrives on fear and distractions. Keep the pressure on. The Epstein files. You understand? It's important that you counter the nonsense and the lies of this regime. Is that a, see, this is the thing. This is going to be, I don't know. That's the fun part here. So we're going to say of Trump's administration, see? And you know what's cool about this? Is anybody that's watching me that thinks that I'm perfect, that thinks like, oh my God, I love when y'all watch me fuck up and fall over my words and pronounce it wrong or use the wrong word. I like it. Do you understand? Because you see that I am human. Okay. So I now see that's the problem. I forgot what I was going to say, but like I said, so that's my duty to you, is to make sure that I keep you updated, and updated is what I will do. Okay, but this is what I was saying, but you need to remember, I got it, that white supremacy thrives on fears and distraction, all right? So stay focused on the Epstein files. It's so hard right now to build strategy because sometimes so much of our strategy could be through grassroots campaigns, and we're always supposed to target, local officials, fight with local officials, get them to help and all of this stuff. But our government is just so fucked right now that is so hard. So I'm working behind the scenes. I'm trying to figure out different strategies that we can take to kind of mitigate the impact of what he's doing, right? So yeah, so more to come on that. So my main thing there was to tell y'all to stay focused. And remember, Trump is not as popular as he wants you to believe. I'm going to keep telling y'all, I'm going to keep reminding y'all, he also looks like he's decomposing. Why does he look like that? It worries me. It doesn't worry me. I like it. I don't even know. All right. So what I'm going to talk about now is Jimmy Kimmel. So I got to get a couple of things off my motherfucking chest about this. So, and you know what? I have stuff written down, but a lot of this is probably just going to flow because this is the bullshit. This is the bullshit. So Jimmy Kimmel should not have been canceled. Absolutely not. Okay, I don't give a shit what the fuck he said about Charlie Kirk. The fact that the orange turd says, oh, and he got canceled is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I mean, we saw an outpouring that I was just like, holy shit, right? We're talking about, you know how hot I am on celebrities, and I've been saying, where are the celebrities? Why aren't they coming out? And I mean, they had celebrities. I don't want to name any. I think I remember a few, but I hate being that person that says something that is not accurate. And you know me, I always will clarify and shit. But yeah, but celebrities stepping up, boycotting, all the billions, people canceling the Disney trips, like all of this shit. And I was watching and I'm sitting there and I'm feeling a particular way about it, point blank. And in the back of my head, something's gnawing at me, but I'm like, all right, like, at the end of the day, like, we have to fight fascism too. That's the key there. Listen to what I said. We have to fight fascism too. Okay, it's not either or, and that's where we lose fucking white people. Is it's either or for them. They were not standing up for anything other than fascism, right? They were standing up against that. Why? Because it impacts them. Do you understand? That would impact. Jimmy Kimmel is a white dude that makes them laugh, that they love to watch. And as a actor and actress in Hollywood, if he could do that to Jimmy Kimmel, he could probably do it to me, right? There is so many ways you could look at this to see why people reacted, but it's very simple. They reacted like this because he is a white male. That's why they reacted. That's why they cared. And yeah, I'm talking about you, white women, because you all are awfully fucking quiet about another woman. I don't even want to say her fucking name because she doesn't even deserve her name to be said on my beautiful show. Y'all are motherfucking quiet about that. But y'all were loud as shit about Jimmy Kimmel. But again, to me, y'all, it doesn't surprise me. Like, I see people threading out, they're so shocked about it. They can't, why are, like, sorry, I'm trying to think back to threads, of course, and now I can't. But, all these threads that were out there. And for me, all I could think about was like, of course. But then I thought about the harsh reality that, again, it just proves that white people only care about protecting their fucking whiteness. I mean, point blank, motherfucking period. Because the energy that you all gave to Jimmy fucking Kimmel, mind you, a millionaire, mind you, he has a ton of money, and I promise you, he was probably in a way better off because he could have started maybe his own show somewhere else where he wouldn't have had the restriction. So you all, and again, freedom of speech, and I get it, I do. I'm not saying that they should have canceled him. I do agree that that's fucked up, but y'all gotta put things into motherfucking perspective. Like, yeah, you had a small win, y'all. That was a small win. Because at the end of the day, now that Jimmy Kimmel gets his show back, does that mean all of a sudden the infant mortality rate for black women is fixed? That's done now? Louisiana black women aren't dying at 5 times the rate of white women? That's stopped now because Jimmy Kimmel's got his show? Did they find the 1,000 prisoners? I don't even want to call them prisoners. Ew. Did they find the 1,000 humans that are missing from Alligator Alcatraz because Jimmy Kimmel got his show back? All of our healthcare disparities because of systemic racism gone? Because y'all see what I'm saying? Like, and believe it or not, racism is the issue that you need to confront. It is equally as fucking important because it is why, and I've said this before, it is why our healthcare system is the way it is. It is the reason why you don't have free higher education. It's the reason why you white people think that sending your kid to an all-white school because it has better standardized testing scores is good. Like, you fucking have no idea what's going on in life because of racism. But here you are, again, righteously fighting fascism, but then what? You're going to take a step back because what I will say here is Where's the same energy from my fucking community, y'all? Nearly 300,000 Black women have been pushed out of the workforce because of Trump's DEI policies. They decimated our job security, drove many of us from federal roles, and are leaving us facing economic instability. Where's the public outcry? Where are the celebrities? Where are the boycotts? And don't fucking tell me you're boycotting Target, because that's not what the fuck I'm talking about. Where's the energy? And that's the thing, is we're all supposed to sit here and we say we all, the Black community, my brothers and sisters, supposed to sit here every day and watch y'all do this obnoxious shit, and then sit here, and if we don't sit here and congratulate you and say, oh my God, you did a great job, then oh my God, you're not celebrating. But you have to recognize that we have to know. I don't have to recognize anything, because you approach everything the same way. You don't fucking learn from it, right? Because this is how you treat the intersectionality between socioeconomic status, right, and racism, right? You all do the same motherfucking thing. Oh, if you go ahead and you raise the minimum wage, then Black people will automatically benefit. Bitch, no. How? When we have generations of a fucking wealth gap? How will we benefit solely off of you raising the minimum wage if we're less likely to get the job interview because we have a Black sounding name? You cannot solve all of these other issues that America has. You cannot solve those and not address racism. That's not what we're doing. That's not a thing, but that's how you all approach everything. And then as you're approaching these issues, you approach them through a white fucking lens. No, that's not what we're doing. Like I said, that socioeconomic argument is a common white liberal argument, and it's fucking stupid. Because Becky Smith will get the job interview, but Jamal won't. So what would it matter if the minimum wage was at $30 a fucking hour if we can't get into the fucking jobs? If DEI is gone, which was there, so y'all couldn't act like idiots, if that's gone and we can't get in the fucking door, stop addressing everything through a white lens and then acting surprised that the country's still shit. That done pissed me off now. Okay, so woo. So again, I say, Jimmy Kimmel, this is what I say, especially to my white, I don't like to say followers, you know, I catch myself whenever I slip. To my white community members that are with me in my community on social media, y'all talk, I talk a lot about awareness. This is awareness. And what I mean by that is maybe y'all find a different way to celebrate your Jimmy Kimmel victory. Maybe you acknowledge flat out that, you know, we failed because we should have had the same reaction for Joy Reid. It's us that has to bring it to your attention that you all fucked up. If you drop the ball, the least you motherfuckers could do is pick it back up on your own without us pointing it out, and fucking own it. Right? Because that's the part of anti-racism, is you're gonna fuck up. And believe me, white folks, you're gonna fuck up a lot. Okay? But own that shit. Don't, when I post out about how Jimmy Kimmel, this whole situation plays out, how it makes me feel to Black women, don't come in and say, yeah, but it was a big win. No, there's no yeah, but, bitch, I'm already triggered. Why are you yeah, butting me? You understand? Shit. So these are these triggers. This is where white people, like, before you post, before you speak, pause for 30 seconds and think that shit through. Think of it from different angles. See, when I get fired up, angles. All right? Think about it from different angles. Stop looking at everything through your white centered ass lens, because it makes you all so just obnoxious. No, it's not funny though. Y'all are fucking obnoxious. And The shit that you say, the thing is I laugh and whatnot, but the things that y'all do, the shit that y'all say, like racial trauma is fucking real. All right, racial trauma is fucking real, and what y'all do to us mentally that impacts us physically, y'all don't even fucking realize. And I know you all don't fucking realize because you can't pull your heads out of your asses long enough to go figure it out. Now, again, the people watching this show actually might, though. Right? I hope. Okay, unless it's my haters. Okay. So that was my Jimmy Kimmel. Okay. So I just am going to literally read this because I need to speak on stuff, even if, like I said, you know me, it's all about my Black culture, updating my Black community. And again, it's not. It's deliberate. It's deliberate. Part of what I do is part of the resistance. My Black pride is part of the resistance. My joy is part of the resistance. My lack of fear, of understanding that fear is an emotion, and to use that to fuel my activism. That is the resistance. I am loud and proud and Black for a motherfucking reason, y'all, and you all should be too. You all should be too. Make them turn their motherfucking heads. You understand? Sorry, tangent. And I got a couple of things I need to do. So, all right, I need to talk about autism, and I'm just going to say point blank. Autism has been around. I'm going to read it. Autism has been around longer than Tylenol, recognized over a century ago. While Tylenol didn't appear until the 1950s, the first description of autism came out in the 1940s. So how, this is my thread, how the fuck does Tylenol cause autism? Okay, now again, scientists have also debunked this, okay? Spreading these unsubstantiated claims only fuels misinformation and stigma, making it harder for those affected by autism to seek understanding and support. Perpetuating such myths leads to fear and confusion, y'all. I cannot speak on autism because I'm not educated in it, nor do I have anyone in my direct life that has autism. But what I can say are there are experts out there. Listen to them. Why are you listening to a dude with a brainworm? Fucking qualifications does he have? Are you all good? Are you all fucking good? Come on, y'all. Really? And here's the thing, they don't want you vaccinated because they'd rather you dead. Point blank. Wake up. They already think the world is overpopulated. They already see the projections that the white race is going to be beat out by non-whites. Everything they do is deliberate. Pay attention. Don't be fucking stupid. I understand in the Black community, I understand my brothers and sisters, especially that older generation, why we be skeptical. I get it. I get it because they've done us dirty. But we have to push past that as well because we have, it's so hard to say this, y'all, because I get it, right? And this makes it hard for me, but we have to push past it. I had my vaccines, all of them. I had COVID. I never even had COVID. I have not had COVID. No one in my house had COVID. I have my vaccines. I get them all. My kids have their vaccines. They had them all. I mean, you know what my kids don't have is polio. And they've never had the flu. They don't have COVID. I ain't saying it's perfect. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is don't believe some fucking crazy ass white dude with the brainworm with absolutely no fucking qualifications. Listen to the fucking experts. Do your research. If you're skeptical, that's fine. Do extra research. Find more than one source. Hit me up. I'll fucking help you. Just don't listen to this idiot. Again, they don't care about you. Okay? They have their own agenda that they're working towards. All right? All right, so I have 10 minutes left, which is perfect. So, on my, I think it was my second or my third episode, and again, if you remember, if you've been with me since straight out the gate, you know that my first couple of episodes were a little bit spotty. I was getting the audio working, all of that. So during one of the episodes, I introduced a poetry book by a brother named Samuel M. Brown, and it's called um, Blacktacular Poetry, right? So I mentioned this book, and then I read a inspirational poem from this book because I felt it very fitting for the topic of the show at that time. So I talked to Sam a couple of days ago, and I love this brother. He is mad talented, and we align so much because it's funny because if you look, it says the unapologetic truth. Okay, unapologetically Jackie, right? So he's a lot like me in that bluntness, that rawness. I'm gonna give it to you, right? You feel me? And we've really connected. And I also think it's just something when with brothers and sisters, right? Like there's something within the ancestral blood or something that just naturally connects us because that vibe is just there. And those who know what I'm talking about know. So I hope that he's watching so he can see me read his poem. But there is a poem in here, and it's called Trump. And it's very fucking fitting for now. And I want to read it to you because not only is it a dope ass poem, but I want you to know about this brother's work. I hope it lights a fire under your ash and that ass, and then you go out and you go purchase his book, okay? Because support Black authors. Okay, so this is called Trump. Hold on, I gotta get me a sip of water. All right, Sam. Hope I do you proud. Where does one start when speaking of such a man? Two words, not smart, as he failed every plan. His wife aborted as porn stars took the stand. She decided in public she will not hold his hand. One must be careful in giving the facts, like federal indictments for evasion of tax, or the hush money scandal, 2 million exact. So many lies he got tangled trying to save his own ass. A friend of Putin, or shall I say admirer, he's still rooting because hate is inside of him. The riot, the looting with Proud Boys behind him. His plan diffused, so remains Joe Biden. He will not renounce white supremacy. He think he will rebound. Now that joke's killing me. It's best he should sit down and do it willingly. This country will melt down in his misery. Make America great by leaving politics alone. In business he elevates, Congress he disowns. But soon he will awake once the evidence is shown. And there will be a cage he can call his very own. Trump by Samuel M. Brown. Y'all, you got to check out my brother's book. I will be reading more of his poetry on my show. Check him out. He will also be coming to my website under Everything Black, showcasing Black excellence, and we will put a link there for you to go out and buy his book. You want to do it soon too. You want to know why? Because he's about to drop another one. He's about to drop another one, and my boy also wrote something about Charlie Kirk. I might have to bring that, even though I don't want to keep talking about that goofy motherfucker. I might have to bring that though. You feel me? You feel me? So, y'all, that is my show. I hope that you enjoyed my show. Sorry, that was really dumb. I was opening my phone. So yeah, that is my show. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you aren't, you should be following me, right? And you should be watching my show every Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST live on Cultureflix. Like I said, I am only streaming right now live on Cultureflix on Tuesday, y'all. All right. Tonight's episode will be on Spotify. Okay. Jackie Yaps a Lot on Spotify on Thursday. Make sure you follow me on Spotify. Y'all, like I said, and I have no shame. My academy ain't bringing in a shit ton of money, and that's fine. It's bringing in enough for me to do what I need to do right now. But come on, y'all, this is how I can make my money. Watch my shows, okay? Watch my show, share it, tell your friends about it. You know you fucking enjoyed it. And by the way, go hit up my Academy store. I have merchandise hanging in the back here, and I ain't doing it just because it looks good. All right? On my website, I have a store. Oh, I just hit something. I have a store. I got t-shirts. I got sweatshirts. All right, that's a great way to support my academy because all this money funnels back into my academy and it helps me fund initiatives like Jackie's Helping Hands. All right, I want to get my contributions from $100 to $500 and then eventually to $1,000. All right, so yeah, go buy something. And again, I even got like just little bumper stickers. I have one on the back of my laptop. They're mad cheap, but again, my online presence is great, even though they're suppressing the shit out of me. But when you wear my shit that has my name on it, when you have my bumper sticker, like you're getting my name out there. You're drawing people to my academy. And what you're doing is you're bringing people to this outspoken Black educator, Black activist that is going to teach them a few things. You understand? All right. So if you ever want me to talk about something, or shall I say yap about something, hit me up. Now, before I move out to my outro, I have one closing statement, and I want everybody to look into the camera, look at me, and understand what I'm saying. Listen, turn it up so everybody in your house can hear it. Pick up your phone and fucking record me right motherfucking now. Do whatever you gotta do. Listen to this. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it slow. America is going to remain a fucking disaster until y'all learn to treat Black people with some fucking dignity and respect. With that, I'm out. Much love, y'all.